It's showtime. At least that's what it says on the StreamYard. Just gonna grab myself a little video because that's the type of person I am. I like to see what I look like. I just like to check the chat. Check the chat, y'all. That's my best Tribe Called Quest. You ain't gonna get any better than that. Check the chat, y'all. What do you want, girl? You don't get fed for another half hour. I just took you out on your fake "we need to go out" trip. That's the dog. She be doing like she does. Hey, Thierry 23 is in the house. All right. Got a couple other people watching. So, you know, I order comics. One day I order this. One day I get that off eBay. One day I get that from IG. One day I get those from an auction. One day I get this from online. And 6 packages showed up today. It was crazy. I know for a fact I did not order all 6 of these on the same day. And I haven't done any haul videos recently, but I'm like, 6 packets one day. I'm going to go do it. I am pretty good, Jerry. I'm not used to this schedule yet. I've signed on for an online class through my school district to get our professional development done. And it was supposed to be 8 to 3:30 today. Well, I hopped on around 12 for the afternoon session because I was just hanging with my family, making breakfast, just having fun. Like, totally forgot that school is still in session, even though they switched to an online PD format. I still could have been there for that. So, what you gonna do? The dog is crashed right here. I'm just gonna grab one more book. I realized I forgot. No, it's your fault for being in my way, girl. Ah. So, first up, I got this one the other day after emailing them to complain. This is the Virgin variant for Mercy #1 by Stephanie Hans. And this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't even say fire. Fire, like, to me indicates like, bam, there's something, crazy, scary, freaky going on there. This is just straight beautiful, man. The detail that she can get through digital painting is remarkable. The backgrounds, blue and white swirls, are remarkable. I love this comic. I absolutely do. And that was from the Comic Mint. I have 2 of them. One is for sale for $20 if anybody's interested. This next one came from a random guy on eBay. He had this book listed at $50. As a joke, I did make an offer at $20, and he accepted. So I ain't joking around no more. You want to send me a $50 book for $20? I will take it. This is the one in, I think it's the 1 in 50 variant. I'm not positive, but I think this is the 1 in 50 variant to A versus X #0. And this is the Stephanie Hans variant. Look how far her style has come. She did a lot of fire, and obviously with dye, she does a lot of fire stuff. But if you look at, what she's done recently versus what she did back then, maybe this is about 10 years old or something. I'm not exactly sure, but that is just gorgeous. I mean, again, it looks like fire until you look really closely. You realize there is a phoenix in there. Bird beak, the eyes and the talons going after the world. Just love that, man. I just love what Stephanie Hans can do. I've always been a fan. I will praise her. There are many, many, many awesome artists out there. She, for me, is one of the top ones. This next one was from our friend Game Swappers. If you haven't checked out Game Swappers, check him out on IG. Check him out on YouTube. He does lots and lots and lots of selling. He used to own a store, or he's closed down his store. So he just has, another die. Absolutely. I know the feeling. Game Swappers is great stuff. I've sold him some stuff. He sold me some stuff. I did not want this. I shouldn't say I did not want this. I did not want another one of these. I thought he said 129, so I hopped on and purchased a 139, and There you go. I got another X-Men 139. I am not going to complain. Okay, I'm not going to complain about an X-Men 139, especially 1980. This is not a newsstand. That actually is pretty impressive. I didn't realize that. Before 89, newsstands were more common than direct market, unless this was so early. No, direct market was in by 1980. So yeah, this is Kitty Pryde Joins the X-Men. I actually saw a really cool Miles Morales swipe of this cover, which I'd never seen before, but it was in dinked like condition, so I didn't buy it. But pretty cool. Pretty excited for that. Let's just double check this. No. Okay. This next one, I'm gonna hold off on this. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll tell you why now. I'm holding off on that because that next one was a mystery box, and I want to be sure to say who sent it. So if it's garbage, we can cremate them live. If it's not garbage, so we can shout them out. You know, everybody deserves a shout out if they do good. That Gemini mailer got cut. That's okay. It's still usable. So this is for Manny, man. The other day on Instagram, hey, what's up, PMC? Yeah, you do see an X-Men key coming. Supposed to have a first appearance of Deathstroke. Kidding. Or Nightwing, sorry. I messed up my joke. What's it called? So this is for Manny NYC. You guys know him from the New York Warriors. And I just, boom. Yeah, I'm collecting X-Men. I'm like 10 away from the Uncanny run. And I am just a few away, like, so the from the Claremont run, I should say. You know, Chris Claremont, to me, greatest run ever, 94 through 279. But then I started collecting like the 500s where Fraction got on it, where Kieran Gillen got on it. And then since there were only 44 of them, I went down, I decided to get 400 through 544, 94 through 279. I'm already up to like 315. Eventually I'll get like 316 through 400, but they just look horrible. They look horrible, and the stories aren't that. I haven't read much of them, but they're 90s comics, you know. So anyway, I listed all the X-Men I needed. And Manny, a couple people jumped in, say, hey, I got this one. Hey, I got that one. So I got a 94 the other day. Cover fell off, but the guy, I'll talk about that in a minute, actually. The guy made it right. So anyway, 418. These are ones, just fillers, you know, but I wanted them. 417. So thanks to Manny, he gave me a really good deal on these. I mean, after shipping, you know, it was pretty good for the amount here. 416, 400. That is actually a nice cover. I kind of dig that. Captain America, Uncanny X-Men variant. Oh man, he just threw in some extras. Pretty darn cool. Pretty cool. Thank you, Manny. 423. Apparently, this is one of those only 25-cent deals. Nice. 495. So this is Ed Brubaker was in there too. I mean, Ed Brubaker, Matt Fraction, and what's it called? Brubaker, Fraction, and Gillen. That's a writing, you know, powerhouse right there. That's a really cool cover. That I assume that's the Dodsons on the cover. I can't see it, but that looks like the Dodsons to me. Maybe Greg Land. I don't know. 533. It did not have this one. 535. 536. I forgot to cross this off. I'm an idiot because I've got it right down here. Lady Fantastic sent it to me. So if anybody needs a 539, this is a great cover too. I don't know who did this cover, but I love that cover. And then what is this? This is just packaging material. Did he send me? He sent me a poster, I think. Dude, give it up for Manny NYC. Wow. Oh, no way. No freaking way. Yeah, you think that's something? Check out the back. That is insane, man. I mean, I'm sure it's not $1,000 poster. You probably get it free at comic shop. That is just too kind, though. I'm really, really touched by that, dude. Thank you, Manny. Much thanks for that. So yeah, any NYC, you know, I've never had a problem with any of the Warriors. I think I've probably purchased something from 5, 6, or 7, 8 of them. But right there, man, that is what it's all about. That is really freaking awesome. So I am ecstatic with that poster. Just check in if anybody wanted on. No, hey, anybody want to jump on with me? I can just send you the StreamYard on IG or something. So yeah, the 94. And poor man, I talked to you about this before I made the deal. So a guy named Prestige World Comics out of Lacey, Washington, which is like a half hour south of here. He texted me, said, hey, I got a 94. If you're interested, he said mid-grade, I believe. And he had it listed at 200, right? And I'm like looking at the cover and the pics. So I'm like, yeah, not going to pay $200 for a comic though, because I just don't have that kind of cash on me. So he said he wanted a trade. I said, what are you interested in? And interestingly enough, man, he said Clone Wars 1. He's looking for a mint copy for his PC. My Clone Wars 1 has 1 tick in it. So he didn't want it because it's tripled in value in the last day, I should say. And then I said, okay, G.I. Joe #1. And I paid some decent money for that. So that was like the one that I felt like I was giving him a good deal. A Usagi Yojimbo. So shout out David Sinking Nearman's Comics, who argued with the guy. Like it was my second copy of Usagi #1. And the guy had it listed 60 and I was going to offer him 40. And Dave grabs it from my hand. He goes, 20. Take 20 for it. I was like, whoa, that's just a little bit pushy, but the guy sold it to us for 20. So, and then Dave gave it to me. I was like, damn. So that was really nice. I had given him a copy of Vision #1 earlier that day. So, you know, we were just kind of gifting each other stuff at this like mini con near us. So I'm not in much money for that 94. And then he wanted, I had Knights of the Old Republic, #9, first appearance of Dark Revan. And I had gotten that in a $10 pack of comics and I'd sold, I'd at least made my money back on selling other comics from that mystery pack. So right away I was even, and he said, I'll take that. So even though it's like a $40 comic, I spent less, I spent nothing on it pretty much. So I got the 94 in the mail. It could use a press and clean. It is not, it's at the lower end of mid-grade, let's say. One staple was a little loose or detached, but the other staple was holding. I was showing it to the Warriors before their auction on Tuesday. I was asking Erod if it was worth pressing or if it was just too much like soiling that in the back cover that wasn't going to come out. As I held it up, it slipped out of the cover. I'm sorry. I'm a bad storyteller. I also, on top of those 3 comics, he said, what do you value these comics at? And I said 165. And so then he said, well, 35 cash would seal the deal. So I sent him 35 cash, and then the cover fell off. So I hit him up on Instagram the next day, and I'm like, hey, that cover fell off. And he's like, oh man, you serious? I'm like, yeah, I was just holding it and it slipped off the staples. And he's like, I didn't realize it was that bad. And he goes, how do you think we should make it right? I said, well, I think, either a refund in the cash, partial or full refund. I said partial full because I wanted to see what he was going to do. And he's like, I'll send you back the money. So I spent those 3 comics on it, which, like I said, I was into those comics for about 100. They might have been worth more, but I was only into them for 100. And so he sent the money back. He sent it through PayPal, but via an e-check, so it's taking a while to clear. But on top of that, like, I think he made it right. I'm pretty happy. I got my 94. I might upgrade someday. I might not. what are you gonna do? We it was packaged well. I don't think it is shipping didn't damage it. It was not the copy he thought it was. I take him at his word, and he refunded some of the money. So I think we're good. I think we're square. I will absolutely recommend Prestige World Comics to anybody else that sees him on Instagram wants a deal. I got no problem. I'm totally good. There's my story. I'm a raconteur, aren't I? Let's see what's next. What's in the box? What's in the box? So another guy that I deal with a lot on IG and eBay is P. Dot's Comics and Collectibles, and I totally dig this guy. I actually bought something from them on eBay before realizing that I was dealing with the same person. Because on eBay they just had their name. Before I realized I was actually dealing with the same person live on on IG. But they often have good deals, and I can't remember, but I'm thinking I paid $5 for each of these comics. It was something super cheap, and one of them I think is totally worth it. So, and he packages really nicely too. It's a nice little bubble envelope inside that container. Happy with that. So I got myself, still has the sticky on it. I have X Factor 6. I did not have 5. Now I got 5. Pretty excited to have X Factor number 5. And then I don't know how this one slipped past. I'm not exactly sure. Somehow this one second. There we go. Somehow this one slipped. Because I'm collecting all of the homages to X-Men 136, the one where Colossus is leaving with a suitcase, right? And this clearly is one of those homages. And I think is this the first appearance of X-Force or the first appearance of Excalibur? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty excited to get this. A Liefeld After Burn. Nice. When Sunspot leaves, New Mutants 99. And I think when New Mutants 100 was the first X-Force. So this one is just the cover, but I wanted to get it. And I got it, so I'm happy. All right, I'm going to try to do some research here before I open this mystery box. If I can find out who the heck I got this from, I cannot remember. I'm going back. Was it this? No, it's not him. Going back, I think. Yeah, okay, so this is from Young Comics Collect. I've been seeing him put his stuff up on IG a lot recently. And how much did I pay for this? Yeah, this was $30 including shipping. So let's see. Total blind. I'm not expecting anything from it. Let's see what I get for $30 plus shipping. The first book does not make my heart flutter. I'll tell you that much. I saw this when I opened the box. The Next Generation of Heroes. So this, there's a Liefeld connection for sure, right? So this has the distinction. I guess it's something to have in your collection, right? As horrible as it is, this is the first comic that Image put out, right? So there's that. It's a comic that I find repeatedly in the 50-cent bins. So if they're all like this, I'll have a little conversation with Mr. Young's Collects. But maybe they're not. Maybe they are much better. I'm taking the tape off slowly because I kind of don't want to see. If somebody's getting rid of their back stock of like 90s Images, I'd be really mad. But I don't think he is. I don't think that's what I got. I think there's going to be a grand prize mystery book in here. And it's probably be like a giant size X-Men or like a Silver Age Thor or something. Let's see. Did I spend good money or did I not spend good money? Now, I think This is, let's look this up. I think this is, yeah, thanks. Good luck. It's either Howard the Duck 6 or 16. That is something now that I think about it. So we're going to go see. You guys can all race me. And if you know the answer, he wrote high grade on the back, which makes me think that that's an important comic that he's worried about. Let's see. Howard the Duck, 1976. Nope, it's 12 is the first appearance of Kiss. And then, yeah, so number 6 is nothing. I have a, it doesn't, first Kiss is number 12, so I don't think 6, it was a good guess. And that's what I was thinking. It was a first band appearance. So I don't know what this one is at all, if this one is anything. It's a high grade book. There you go. This is a great cover. I don't know if there's significance beyond the cover. Just a nice 80s Batman 450. Well, maybe it's a 90s Batman. I don't know. It's definitely a great cover. Somebody knows something about this, let me know. I don't know anything about it. Marvel Comics presents Cyclops. This is the first Damage Control. I didn't know that. First solo series for Nightwing. And so that Batman, by the way, was 450. And then he's got Batman 451, another really nice cover. So there's some really good Joker covers. It's a classic cover. Web of Spider-Man 34, The Cosmic Gambit. And the reason why I just kind of side on this one, is because I have a copy of this and I just sold a copy of this. It's a great cover. There's nothing wrong with this. I don't need it. But this one is actually pretty cool. I don't know if there's a COA, but this is the first Malekith signed by Walter Simonson. I guess that circle there is his signature. It's a circle with a line going across here and a little squiggle at the end. So that actually, I'm actually pretty happy now. And then I've had this book many times. I've sold this book many times. I will probably sell this book again. There's a $5 book right there. First in Jack. So the box is $25 plus 5 shipping. You know, $1. I'm not going to say it's more 50 cents if you don't mind taking the price sticker off. $1, $2. I mean, I don't care that your Howard the Duck is in high grade. It's a Howard the Duck number 6. Marvel Comics presents issue number 19. First Damage Controller is listed as a $3 comic, so we'll say $3 comic. So I'm up to $3 of value now. I don't know about the first Nightwing series. I've never seen this one, the solo series. Why is this from 95? List that as a $15 comic just because it's the first solo series. Nobody's going to pay you $15 for that. So we'll give him benefit of the doubt at $15. We're up to $18. Check out Batman 450 and 451. Batman. Yeah. First appearance of Curtis Bass, a corrupt businessman. Blah. I mean, they list it as $5. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Everything benefit of the doubt. So $4.50, $23, $4.51 classic cover. Let's say that rounds it out to $25. Now I'm being generous, but I'm not trying to be a dick because I wasn't sitting here. There was no hey Stanables universe. There was no there's no promise of anything other than this should be worth what you pay for it. Liquidation. He just had a picture of comics. Nothing about this book, so let's just say dollar book to be kind. And 26, a $5 book because it's that beautiful Alex Ross cover. I don't see any ticks. Right. That's as nice as the one that I just sold. I sold 1 through 10 for like $20 something. Put 5 on that, so 30. But let's look up Thor 344 because that probably is where the money is here. Yeah, I know. Stop talking to me, phone. Nope, that's E44. I can't type right now. That's 3. $10 comic. 33. $5 comic. So being extremely generous. We're at like 30, 35 being less generous. We're about 25. I mean, I'm not upset at all. I would like to find some gold in there, but sometimes you don't find gold, you just find silver. Sometimes you just find what you paid for. And that's kind of what I got there. What I paid for it. And that's okay. Guys, don't worry about me. I'll be all right. I will. I'll be all right. So Poor Man's Comics is being more direct. I should know by now not to buy mystery boxes. So whose fault is that? Let's talk about spec though. Y'all heard about Ahsoka. I was on the toilet and I was going through Twitter and G. Willow Wilson reposted or retweeted something from a Star Wars account. And I squealed so loud that my son ran upstairs to see what was wrong with me. And nothing was wrong with me. And Stanables, that was from Young Comic Collects. It was a $25 box worth at most $25. It was not like a super box, but it was not a horrible box. Anyway, I heard that. So Clone Wars is big. I have a Clone Wars. I'm glad I did not trade that one for the 94 that ripped. But I jumped on eBay as soon as I saw that, and I grabbed a Clone Wars #1 first appearance of Ahsoka for 140. About an hour later, I was looking up a Clone Wars, another one. Guy had it listed at 179 or best offer, so I put an offer of 160. He said no. Put an offer at 170. He said yes, but I hadn't checked my email in a while, and so that yes, apparently, unfortunately, was too late. Somebody else put in 170 and got accepted and took it. So even though my offer got accepted at 170, 3 hours later, there was not a Clone Wars #1 Raw available for less than 300, maybe 250 at most. So I'm feeling pretty good about the copy I have. I'm feeling really good about the copy I got for 140. I will flip it unless it's in better condition than mine. Then I will flip mine. Really excited about that. Now, here's the spec that I think you all should be looking out for. At the end of Star Wars Rebels, it is hinted at. It is not I just asked my son about this because he knows it better than I do. It is hinted at that Ahsoka goes off with Sabine to search for Kanan, I believe. And so if Ahsoka is turning up in Mandalorian #2, season 2, I am in no way certain, but I am specking that you might find Sabine, and you might find Ezra Klein, and you might even find Hera, and you might find Kanan. So the two books to get there, and I bought a bunch of them today because they're super cheap, and I just lost my screen and I don't know what I did. I bought a bunch of them today because they were super cheap. Is Kanan the Last Padawan, issue 1, and Kanan the Last Padawan, issue 6. They all have Ezra and Sabine are in cameo in issue 1, and then they're full in issue 6, and of course Kanan is full in issue 1. So 2 books to be on the lookout for. I purchased about 4 or 5 in a day because you can get them for $2 or $3 each. Why did I do that? Because they might become something. If they didn't, I love Star Wars, I love Kanan, I love Sabine. I'm not upset about it, and I did not spend a lot of money on it. So, it's really all about the balance, right? How much are you willing to spend on something to see if it's going to blow up, or to see if it's going to fizzle out. And, you're willing to take that risk. I'm pretty sure that by the time I flip that Clone Wars, I will not have taken a risk. On the other books, I might, but, I'm not into them for a lot. So not risking a lot. And I think that Clone Wars will be very flippable. So that is my speech for today. That's all I got to share with you. I tried to record a couple videos earlier today, actually editing videos, and that did not go so well. So we're going to have to try that again, and we'll see what happens. I did a whole thing, and I didn't like the lighting and the glare in my room, so I deleted a whole 20-minute video. Anyway, guys, nice to meet you, Stanables, and thank you, Poor Mans, and Thierry for being in here. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.